Welcome to 5-Minute Fundamentals. This short lecture provides an overview of key concepts from Pearson's medical language, Immerse Yourself, by Susan M. Turley. Please note, this is a brief summary. It's not a replacement for the full review. For deeper understanding, examples, and practice, be sure to read the textbook and explore the complete resources available on Pearson's MyLab. Now, let's scrub into today's 5-minute focus. Let's take a quick tour of the endocrine system, the body's chemical communication network. The functions are to regulate growth, metabolism, reproduction, and homeostasis. It's made of glands located throughout the body, and all of them share three key features. They secrete hormones. These hormones go directly into the bloodstream, and they regulate specific body functions to help maintain homeostasis. At the top of the hierarchy is the pituitary gland, often called the master gland. It is attached to the hypothalamus, which controls it. The anterior pituitary produces several hormones, like the growth hormone, TSH, ACTH, and reproductive hormones like FSH and LH. The posterior pituitary stores and releases oxytocin and ADH, both made by the hypothalamus. The pineal gland secretes melatonin, which helps regulate our sleep-wake cycle. Moving down the body, the thyroid gland, located at the front of the neck, produces T3 and T4 to regulate metabolism, and calcitonin to help manage calcium levels. Behind it are the parathyroid glands, which secrete the parathyroid hormone to raise blood calcium when it's low. The thymus, behind the sternum, secretes thymosin to mature T cells that aid in immune development. The pancreas has both digestive and endocrine roles. Its islet cells release insulin, glucagon, and somatostatin, all which help manage blood sugar. Above the kidneys are the adrenal glands, which have two parts: the cortex, producing hormones like aldosterone, cortisol, and the medulla, releasing epinephrine, norepinephrine, and dopamine in response to stress. Finally, the gonads, the ovaries and testes, produce reproductive hormones. Ovaries secrete estradiol, progesterone, and some testosterone, while the testes produce testosterone to support sperm production and male characteristics. The endocrine system controls many vital body functions using hormones, which are chemical messengers secreted directly into the bloodstream. These hormones travel throughout the body, but only affect target organs or tissues that have specific receptors, like a key fitting into a lock. Hormones can either stimulate or inhibit activity. Some prompt glands and organs to act, while others stop activity when necessary. Sometimes hormones act in a chain reaction. One gland releases a hormone that stimulates another gland, which then releases its own hormone to act on a target organ. Hormones may also interact in different ways. Synergism happens when two hormones enhance each other's effects. In contrast, antagonism occurs when two hormones have the opposite effects. Finally, the endocrine system maintains homeostasis using a negative feedback loop. If hormone levels are too low, the gland responds by secreting more until balance is restored. We have a lot to cover next here, so I'm going to speed up these lists. Some common endocrine diseases that include the anterior pituitary gland are hyperpituitarism, hypopituitarism, galactorrhea, gigantism, acromegaly, and dwarfism. Disorders of the posterior pituitary gland include syndrome of inappropriate ADH, diabetes insipidus, and uterine inertia. Disorders of the thyroid gland include hypothyroidism, hypothyroidism, and thyroid carcinoma. Disorders of the parathyroid glands include hyperparathyroidism and hypoparathyroidism. Disorders of the pancreas include hyperinsulinism, diabetes mellitus, diabetic ketoacidosis, diabetic neuropathy, diabetic retinopathy, and atherosclerosis. Disorders of the adrenal cortex includes hyperaldosteronism, Cushing's syndrome, Addison's disease, and adrenal genital syndrome. A disorder of the adrenal medulla include pheochromocytoma. Disorders of the ovaries include precocious puberty, infertility, and menopause. Some blood tests include antithyroglobulin antibodies, fasting blood sugar, FSH assay and LH assay, glucose tolerance tests, growth hormone, hemoglobin A1C, and thyroid function tests. Some urine tests include ADH stimulation test, urine dipstick, and vanillyl mandelic acid. Some radiology tests include the radioactive iodine uptake and thyroid ultrasonography. Some medications include antidiabetics, antithyroids, corticosteroids, insulin, and thyroid supplement drugs. Some surgical procedures include adrenalectomy, parathyroidectomy, thymectomy, thyroidectomy, and transsphenoidal hypophysectomy.